Hey everyone, and welcome. So let's talk bananas. You know the story, right? You buy this perfect bunch, bright yellow, and then bam, it feels like overnight they're covered in brown spots. It's a classic kitchen mystery, and today we are gonna solve it. I mean, it happens every single time, doesn't it? You've got big plans for those bananas, and then suddenly they're looking a little sad. So what's actually going on? What is the secret science happening right there in your fruit bowl? Well, we are about to peel back the layers on this one. And this whole process happens so fast, it's kind of crazy. One day it's green and hard as a rock. The next, it's perfect. Then, almost immediately, the spots appear. And before you know it, it's more brown than yellow. It really does feel like this impossible race against time. But what if I told you that you could actually become the master of that clock? Okay, so here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll dig into the browning mystery itself. Then, we're going to uncover the chemical culprits behind the crime. After that, we'll tackle a huge question. Are brown bananas good or bad? Then I'll give you the secrets to controlling the ripening clock. And stick around because there's a pretty sweet banana bread bonus at the end.
All right, Section 1, the banana browning mystery. Let's officially kick off this investigation. We're asking 3 big questions. Why does this happen? Is the banana actually going bad? And, most importantly, can we stop it?
And believe me, this isn't just happening in your kitchen. This is a drama that plays out in fruit bowls all over the world. But here's the good news. The secret to winning this race, to finally getting the upper hand on your bananas, is all about understanding a little bit of chemistry. So it is time to put on our lab coats. We are uncovering the chemical culprits. And I want you to think of this like a detective story. There are 2 main suspects behind all this browning, and we are about to put them in the hot seat. Okay, meet suspect number 1. Its full name is polyphenol oxidase, which is a total mouthful, so we're just going to call it PPO. Now, PPO is an enzyme, and it's just kind of hanging out inside the banana's cells, not bothering anyone. But the second those cells get damaged, from a bruise or just the peel breaking open, it gets exposed to oxygen from the air. And that is when all the trouble starts. So here's what happens. It's a really simple chain reaction. First, that PPO enzyme gets exposed to oxygen. Then, it immediately starts reacting with other natural compounds that are already inside the banana. And this chemical reaction creates something called melanin. And yep, you guessed it, that melanin is the brown stuff that you see on the banana peel. And get this. This is my favorite part. Melanin isn't some weird, exotic chemical found only in bananas. It is literally the exact same chemical that's responsible for giving you a suntan. No joke. So in a way, you could say a browning banana isn't going bad. It's just working on its tan.
But PPO isn't working alone. Oh no. Meet our second culprit, ethylene gas. This is a natural plant hormone that the banana actually produces itself. And if PPO starts the reaction, ethylene is the gas pedal. It's what tells the banana, hey, it's time to ripen. It makes the starches turn to sugar, it softens the fruit, and it basically tells PPO to speed things up, taking the banana from green to yellow to brown.
Okay, so now that we know the who and the how, it's time to tackle the biggest question of all. Are brown bananas actually good or bad? Because, let me tell you, it is time to bust a major banana myth. You know the exact moment I'm talking about, right? You look in the fruit bowl, you see that banana, it's spotty, it's a little soft, and your brain immediately says, ew, throw it out. But is it really spoiled? Is it unsafe to eat?
The answer is a huge, emphatic no. Let me say that again so it really sinks in. A brown banana is not a bad banana. It's not spoiled. It's not unsafe. It's just right.
Actually, that browning means something amazing is happening inside. All those complex starches are breaking down and turning into simple sugars. So what does that mean for you? It means it's way, way sweeter, the texture is softer, the banana flavor and smell are so much stronger. That brown banana isn't a villain, it's the absolute superhero of smoothies and banana bread. So if brown isn't bad, what is? How do you know when a banana has really gone over to the dark side? Well, trust your senses. You're looking for a really funky, fermented smell, almost like alcohol. The texture will be watery or super mushy, not just soft. And of course, the big one, any visible mold. If you see any of that, yeah, it's time for the compost bin. But just brown spots? You are totally in the clear. All right, myth busted. Now for the fun part. Let's get practical. Now that we know the science, we can use it to our advantage. We can actually become the boss of our bananas. Here are some super simple, science-backed hacks to control that ripening clock. Okay, here are my top 3 tricks to slow things down. First step, break up the bunch. When they're all clustered together, they share all that ethylene gas and ripen each other faster. It's like a ripening party, so separate them. Second, wrap the stems. A little piece of plastic wrap around the stem really helps because that's where most of the ethylene gas escapes from. You're essentially putting a lid on it. And third, use your fridge. Once they hit that perfect yellow, pop them in the refrigerator. The cold slows everything down. Now, fair warning, the peel might turn dark brown or even black, but don't panic. The fruit inside will stay perfectly delicious for days. Want a few more pro tips? You got it! Giving your bananas a quick wash when you get home can get rid of any spores that might speed up decay. For the long haul, peel them, slice them, and throw them in the freezer. Perfect for smoothies. And this is a big one. Remember our friend ethylene gas? Well, apples, avocados, tomatoes, they all produce it too. So if you don't want a fruit ripening chain reaction, give your bananas their own space. And just as important as what to do is what not to do. So listen up. First, never, ever store them in a sealed plastic bag. You're literally trapping them in their own ripening gas. It's like a sauna for them. Also, keep them out of warm places, like on top of the fridge. Heat just speeds up those chemical reactions. And the number 1 rule, do not put green, unripe bananas in the fridge. The cold will basically stun them, and they'll just stay green and starchy forever. You've been warned. But what if you have the opposite problem? You wake up, you need banana bread, like right now, but all you have are perfectly yellow or even greenish bananas. Well, guess what? We can use science to work some magic here too. It's super simple. You're basically going to create your own little ripening chamber. Just pop your bananas into a paper bag, and for an extra boost, throw an apple in there with them. The bag traps all that wonderful ethylene gas from both fruits, and in just a day or 2, you will have perfectly soft, sweet, ready-for-baking bananas. So let's quickly recap everything we've uncovered today. First, browning is just a natural chemical process, thanks to PPO and ethylene. Second, and this is the big one, a brown banana isn't spoiled. It's actually sweeter and better. Third, you are now in total control of the ripening process. You can speed it up or slow it down. And finally, every single stage of a banana's life has a perfect use. So from now on, when you see that banana on your counter covered in brown spots, I don't want you to think it's going bad. I want you to see it as a banana that has finally reached its ultimate form. Because a banana is never really too old. It just found its new purpose, and that purpose is almost always delicious banana bread. So go forth, you are now the master of your fruit bowl. Go enjoy your bananas.